Bruce, the spirit battle is on, okay? It's Centerville and the Wildcat Nation taking on Westfield and the Dog Pound. Now, there's some talk out there already that this won't be close, that the Dog Pound is going to crush the Wildcat Nation in the spirit battle. But understand one thing. Centerville has great school spirit. I saw it last week. They were jammed in the stands way before Chantilly was. And they're doing their whiteout. They had a big sheet they held up when Chantilly came running out to cover their eyes. Nobody wanted to see them. They brought it. They had some great stuff. So why do you think that they would not have a shot this week? What do you think?
Well, let me ask you a question. I know the answer, but where's the game?
It's at Westfield.
All right. A lot of people say I'm dumb, and it may be the case, but I'm not blind. And what I can see is nobody's traveling this year. No spirit battle is won by the visiting team. None of these schools and none of these student bodies across the board are traveling. Now, I don't count going across the street to play your rival as traveling. I mean, maybe we should change the spirit battle and let's recognize the team that travels the best, the farthest. I don't know, but that won't happen. But having said all of that, this game is literally almost right across the street for Centerville. But I still am going with a home team, and that's one trend that I think has held true this entire season. The home teams are winning the spirit battles.
You know, Ben, I think Bruce has a point. We are seeing a little bit less traveling from the student sections in 2012 than we did a year ago and year before. Don't know why. I guess it's just not fun to hop in a car and drive. But at the end of the day, do you feel like Centerville will show up here in this spirit battle?
I think they're going to show up, and I think they're going to, but I'm still picking the Dog Pound here in this one. I like what they did last week in the game that I did for Westfield. They Oakton, of course, were in their togas. They had a Coliseum thing across the way. I don't know what that was going on. But over for Westfield, they were all in their pink shirts because of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And then right before the game, they had picked out certain kids in the crowd to spell out a W. They all ripped off the pink shirts. They had black shirts on underneath. We couldn't get it on camera, but that was pretty cool. I'll admit that. And Westfield fans are just great. I mean, the Dog Pound, Centerville at home, I would put them up. No visitor team's going to beat Centerville at home, but Westfield at home, same thing. I mean, I think they win this spirit battle.
But I got to tell you now, last year for the Northern Region Championship game, it was a draw. I mean, Centerville packed that place.
Playoff game, you can't count a playoff game.
I know, but I mean, this is a championship game, and there were probably 10,000 people there. But there was nowhere to sit on the other side. Now, that's all I'm going to say to you, Centerville. You want to win the spirit battle this week? That's the way it has to be. This is a huge game. This is for the Concord District Championship right here. Your team has a chance to defend its title, right? Westfield has a chance to defend its title. Centerville has a chance to claim a share. They didn't get it last year because they lost at home, right? So I mistakenly said that. But the fact of the matter is Centerville brought the school spirit to Westfield last year as well as I've ever seen. Even better than the Chantilly time that we talk about all the time. So I'm not counting out the Wildcat Nation here.
They had the powder.
They had the flour, which has now been banned by Fairfax County Public Schools, which it should have been, because who wants that?
It was cool once.
I mean, I went over there and I had flour all over me last time I did a stand-up with these guys. Look, here's the deal, Bruce, before I make my pick with you. You know, the Wildcat Nation showed me some love last week and Game Day some love, and we really, truly appreciate that. The Dog Pound has kind of been a little bit contentious with us this year. They've been a little upset, and it's for this reason. We've called them out a little bit and said, they're not going to win. We've just been kind of seeing if they're going to travel. Now, I'm going to make one exception to your little rule there. The one student section that has traveled has been Westfield. They don't have to this week. The whole home side will be jammed with Westfield students. This will be the big showing, in my opinion, of school spirit. Centerville is going to have to bring it beyond our even imagination here to win this. I'm taking the Dog Pound. The Dog Pound, I told you they were my favorite a couple weeks ago. They've had the best school spirit across the board as a whole all season long, and that will continue here on Friday night.